I know there are people who love candy coating things and whatnot. Usually, Mama, on a serious note, Gomera Uripo is toxic. It's one of the most toxic things we can ever to say to anybody who's struggling. I understand we are saying, okay, there are kids, babos, they were nanga Uripo and whatnot. But isn't there a plan? Because in too much issues to isn't there? That's why there's the law.
Yeah,
if Baba abuser my Nevana law gets in, if the mom wants to live with the kids, custody, custody issues, right? Take kids when now. But Gomera Uripo, I want us to understand that Gomera Uripo is one of the things why some women are in the grave right now. There's a friend of mine, I roa, like literally all the time by the boyfriend, right? But then the situation here, and whatnot, you know, like that's the other thing. Culturally, they tell you, Gomera Uripo, they're kids. And I'm like, you know what, my guy? I understand you're being told to stay. Culture says stay. Your mom is saying stay and whatnot. But do you understand, Kuti, right now, look at you. Is it okay for your kids to keep on looking at you, seeing that you are like this, and then this is okay, this is normal? It's not okay. So we got to Gomera Uripo, and then it came a time where we just got messages. They're just coming in. She was killed. How? Poison, strangling. And that's where, because these issues are actually very close to home to me. Munu anofa tichingomudza kuti Gomera Uripo. And then the other issue that I wanted to tackle is generation gap. Yeah, kunzi vana mama, sometimes we have to understand them and whatnot. Yes, we do, but at the same time you can think for yourself. That's where the issue of self-love comes in. Because as much as we want to say Ningi can help, self-love is the foundation for everything to properly work for you. If you love yourself, you will know, I will not accept this, I'll take measures for this, I'll take measures for that. Yes, your mom is going to say, I understand, and whatnot. Are we saying the first time, pauno roa, forgive it? And then, tozo, one out the second time, because as we know, we have issues, stories, at the end of the day, are we saying we should keep on hoping for the best? Because right now this generation increase in terms of doing shavanoda.
And I'm so fortunate that during my wedding, my father, in his father's speech, made it clear. My daughter, which I've never lifted a hand, and I'll testify to that. All of us, my dad has never beaten us. He said, I'm discerning. And the one, somebody, if you feel kuti, tadiwa uchadi. Kana usinga kwanza zosa, ndiwuze, ndo mtora. Anana budana na sisana, just call them or text them. They'll come in and get her. Usambat. Why? Because he grew up with that idea to say, I don't believe in women beating, bashing, whatever. For me, that's why I said for me when I started answering. But for the next person, they might be comfortable with it. But also understand the issues of enabling a behavior. It might start as just a small slap. But the next time it might be a punch, a kick, a push, a shove, a slaughter, a cutting, something. It always increases. So that's why kuchinzi need it while it's still a bad. Make it clear. That's why we talked about relationships. I think Bubbles talked around communication to say, make it crystal clear. For me, when he started courting me, that was one of the first conversations. I don't tolerate violence. I do not. If you're angry at me, if whatever, it's best to say if we can do that would want to for me, it's a no. But then also, it's around issue of socialization. I grew up in that environment. My dad and my mom never fought.
Exactly.
They never beat each other or kutukana everything. And they've always socialized me in that way. My dad, Kumusha, is a sabuko. That's one of the things is well known in the community for. He takes action. He's made it clear. I wanted to respond to Nyata Mama. There's a sub who rolls over. There's an issue who's responsible for those people in those community. The law can come in and take action. My dad has taken action, and a whole lot of other traditional leaders can take action to say, if you do this, you are packing your bags and leaving. We'll take care of them as the community. It's the responsibility of us as well, the community, to take action, to say this is wrong. And it's also for male champions, as I said, to stand up. Because sometimes there's women go, but if a male person stands up and say this is wrong, we get allies, we get champions, we get friends. We need you to help us, to support, to stand up and say no, this is wrong, and take action when it actually happens.
I told you really that for me, I can relate. I'm a victim, and I want to amplify the voice, right? Once a person starts, run with your life. It's a big no. Once he does that to you, once she does that to you, report it. There is law that can take its course. If anyone stands to violate another human being, that person has no right to be in our society. So once a person shows traits of violence, keep away. I want to speak to the young girls, to the young women out there. It's not love. A man who loves you will never lift a hand. A man who loves you will try by all means to see you happy, to make you happy, to create a safe space for you that is so safe to an extent that you can just doze.
So safe and secure.
Anytime. So once a person shows those traits, you are enabling a monster in the community. The next time is going to be worse. The next time is going to be you being carried or in a coffin by Nyaradzo to a gravesite. So once a person does that, we should not support violence in any way. We should not even encourage violence in any way. We are saying no to the so-called talks within the household setup. Yokuti mwana anorowa, mkwasha anoita mhosva because akabvisa mari. Anditi onzi aiwa ngati mbogara pasi. Mwana ari kuchema uku. Opesira afa, and people at the end of the day they say we should have known. My father said when he actually came to know about my predicament, he said, if I had known, ndaimudzosera mari yake interest. Because I made it clear muswaka we akarora kuti wangu mwana haro. Kana akanga akaona kuti hachadi, de akangomudzosa sezvari ndomudzosera mari yake interest chicalculator na kubva muswaka bvisa. Meaning to say to my father was a gender champion. He was totally against violence. So he was speaking also to his generation. Yana baba ledu. Put no to violence, no to men and boys who bash their women.
That's true.
No to men, to women as well who also bash their men. No to violence.
All right. Thank you, Millicent. Isuse chechiwo futi tinopinda ipapo tichiti hapana patinokurudzira violence. Hapana patinombokurudzira violence. Tokurudzira runyararo, peace, love mudzimba, anditi humbling, anditi kuzvininipisa, anditi saka tinenge tichitotaura kuti zvininipisa udziri mwenguva kuti zvisakonzere violence. Amen. Katasangana nemadzimai. Hapana tinokurudzira futi forgiveness. That's why mbichizoona tichizopinza word reculture rekuti Gomera Uripo. Tinenge tichikurudzira forgiveness, muregereri. Tinenge tichiti ukarohwa hako, handiti warohwa. Chirega kubva wada kuti ngaachibva asungwa. Ndo patinenge takuti ngapauye counseling toona kuti hazvitsekedudzike here. Of course zveshuwa mumwe munhu ari violent zvekuda kurova achiuraya. It's like mukwasha wangu iye hapane nyaya. Handiti mungona. first time ndakazviona ini ndotozvitongesa kuti auya nhasi apwanya madowari ndobva ndamhanya kupolisi ndonongeotonotorwa mangwana the community chaiyo chaiyo uyezve the bible because izatitarise world tinotarisa world through the bible tichiti bible rinoti kudii handimona bible rinoti kudii nezvizvi bible ndiro rinotilimita ndorotichi uyezve bible ndo ratoramba tichirimplimenta kuti forgiveness ngatimuregerere saka ndokutaura takamuregerera for the first time tanenge tisingareve kuti patiri kumuregerera tiri kuti chii tiri kuti pamwe zvingagadzirisike but kana aitawo zvinhu zvinodii zvinokwadza munhu let's go to police izvo zvine mukwasha wangu ye tinechi anonzi ndakatora peace order handiti through kuregerera ndakanotora peace order ndakaenda kumapurisa ndikanotaura ari kusvika pakudai ari kudai kusvika ndatotora peace order kana azoramba achiita well handiti saka hatikurudzire kurohwa kwemunhu hatikurudzire mhirizhonga asi tinokurudzira peace and love and forgiveness.
All right, thank you, Mama. Yeah, it's getting hot and heavy, but we'll be back in a few minutes. Please join us again.